Hello everyone, and welcome to the 18th episode of my Dark Souls Dex Build playthrough. My name is Titanite, and today we're going to continue our journey throughout Lodron. In the last episode, we killed the 4 kings. Oh, we handed their buds back to them quite hard. Only took about maybe 2 or 3 chugs of Estus Flask too. And we got ourselves our first Lord Soul, or at least a shard in this case. So, from here on, we've got several different choices at this part in the game. Even before we killed the 4 kings, we could kill the bosses in pretty much any order we wanted to do. So, we've got a couple choices here. We can go up and kill a Dragon of Old. We can go down and kill an old Witch of Izalith. Or, we could go down and kill Nito, Lord of the Dead. I think we should go after Nito. Because, well, I just like that area in general, even though it's very dark. But you get used to the area pretty easily. So, let's go ahead and head back to Firelink Shrine. We're going to go to an area we haven't been to in a long time. So, if you guys remember back in the first episode, or one of the very first episodes, I went down into a graveyard over this way, and got my butt handed to me pretty hard. Well, if you go here now, or even like several levels before now, you will actually be strong enough to fight some of the enemies there. It's just at the beginning, it's just kind of the way of the game telling you to not go that way. That's kind of why they're so strong. So let's continue here.
Fool. You could not be the chosen one. Enough. I shall slumber until I am awakened again.
Okay. And going over here, we are now back at the graveyard. See, that happens if you don't really talk to him that much, or if you, talk to the other snake guy, which we didn't see. So now we got both of them gone. It really doesn't matter though for the purposes of this Let's Play. Granted, they can both tell you a little bit of lore about the series, but that's fine. So, they're dead. If you go down throughout here, you can get some nice little items. It's not a bad idea to make a suicide run down here at an early level if you want to get some extra items. So say you have, I don't know, maybe 50 souls on you. That's not very much at all. You can go ahead and just run past all these enemies, grab an item, and run back or maybe possibly die. You'll keep the items, lose the very little souls, and everything will be good. So up here we got the Zweihander and the Winged Spear. The Zweihander is one of my favorite weapons, however it is a strength build weapon. It is a very large two-handed sword, and the name literally translates pretty much into two-handed or two-hander. So, and they are an actual real-life weapon, although they are a little bit different. They're usually made for the height of the person. They don't really, you know, in order to have a good Zweihander or even a good weapon in general, you kind of want it tailored to the person who's going to be wielding it. I mean, you don't want a Zweihander that's like way bigger than you. They're usually about the same height as you, or a little bit less so. So we should have a fairly easy time going throughout the Catacombs. Because we're pretty much endgame right here, and this is a mid-game level. But regardless, I'll show you some tricks to dealing with these guys. Watch out, because some of these guys can parry you. And as you notice, they're getting back up. Why is that when the ones upstairs didn't? Well, that's because we are dealing with a new enemy. It is this guy over here. Necromancer. Now those guys can shoot magic at you and various other nasty things. but they ain't too hard to kill. Just keep hitting them, and you'll be completely fine. So, go over here, push this in, and it'll open a door upstairs. Or up this ramp anyways. So, once you kill the Necromancer, all the skeletons that it was basically reviving cannot be revived anymore until you go rest at a bonfire. So, the ones that kept coming back up and not getting souls for, they will give us souls and they will die now, thankfully. So over here is now where the area really opens up. And you can already see there's a one of those guys already attacking us. Now if you got a bow, you can do what I'm doing and just snipe them from afar. It makes this area a whole heck of a lot easier. Because then you don't have to deal with constantly respawning skeletons. However, there's several of these guys, as you've probably noticed, so just killing that one won't deal with all of them in the area. Just the general area. So with these guys, you can either dodge them or just block them and run past. With me, I like to make sure they're not going to be a threat, so I just kind of block, attack them when they're done doing their deal, because they have really long wind-up and cooldown times for some of the attacks they use a lot, as you can kind of see. Like with that, you can attack them on the ground and they're pretty much dead. And this is the area where you'll see a lot of those exploding head skeletons. The game kind of expects you to come here first before encountering them downstairs in the New Londo ruins. At least that's what I think they expect you to anyways. So this gives you a nice taste of what is to come, basically. I don't think that hit at all. Nope. Okay. Dead. That's all good. And, yeah, they will drop scimitars, and I think they will occasionally drop a shield. But I believe that's about it. And there's the Cern. It's a very interesting weapon. Let me go ahead and get it out for you. I don't think I'd be able to use it very properly, but I just want to show you what it looks like. Okay, here's the Cern. It's kind of like a... almost looks like a battle pickaxe of sorts. You can go like that, but it also has a nice poke at the end, which if you one-hand it, do that. And there's some nice swings there, but unfortunately we cannot wield it in one hand. It is a very interesting weapon, and if I remember right, Demon Souls also had that weapon. Although I think it had a different moveset and may have been called something different. I don't know. Within Demon Souls and Dark Souls, there's a couple differences in terms of weapon names. So far this is a pretty easy time going throughout here. Then again, I kind of expected it to be so. Considering this isn't a very hard part of the area, at least at this level. If I came here earlier with not as upgraded weapons, I probably would have had a harder time. Especially if you're level 1 running this area, it's not fun. You can get stun locked and hurt quite a lot. Now there's this area over here. And we need to turn it, and make it so we can actually use it. Well, let's go ahead and activate all those explodey heads. And as you notice, there are some traps here with those statues. But, they're pretty easy and they don't really hurt you that much, so you don't really have to worry about them too much. Those guys, though, you have to. Luckily, they're pretty easy to outrun. Okay. Going over here. You can see that there is an item. Soul of a Proud Knight. Very nice. Lots of souls there. Over here. Press this in. And the bridge. rotates so we can actually go over there. And as you can see here, you can actually pull it back out. Now, as an invader or invadee, you can actually use this to your advantage in case if you actually get invaded. If someone's crossing the bridge, you can pull it out and actually kill them. Of course, they can do the same to you, so you gotta watch out for that. There's actually an NPC that'll demonstrate that here on a different ledge. Although I'm unsure if he's here or not. No, he's over there alright. Unsure if you could have seen him though. And that leads back down, if I remember correctly. If you go and step on down there, it'll break through the floor. There's actually a nice way to get a couple different items doing that too. Nope. I'm trapped. Yep. Okay. Now, we need to find that Necromancer first and foremost. There he is. Kill him. And now, these guys can all be killed. We're gonna have to deal with a lot of them, so... Okay. Pushing this lever in. And this opens the door upstairs once again. Now... if you look down here, you think it would be a dead end, but it is in fact not. You can fall on a couple platforms down there and get to the bottom, which will unlock a blacksmith. I'm not going to do that right now, but I will in the near future. I just wanted to show you the legitimate way of getting down first, because that will pretty much cut this level in half in terms of how long it takes to get to the bottom and where we need to go. And the jumps aren't that easy. They're can be easy to screw up. So I don't want to risk that at the moment. Kick. There we go. Alrighty. So, okie dokie. There's the little area that opened up. And nothing over there. So, let's go over this way. Oh, seems that it moved. Well, if you look over this way... you can go ahead and see a ladder, so let's go up that ladder really quick. And hey, look, an NPC. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Let me go ahead and push that lever back in. God. Okay. Now let's talk to him.
You look reasonably safe. What are you doing in the Catacombs? Are you a cleric or something?
And no, we're not a cleric.
Well, that's strange. Oh, I know what it is. You've come for the trinkets, haven't you?
Well, partially.
Well, whatever it is. This place is treacherous. Do you watch your step?
And if you haven't tell already, he is pretty much gonna try and trick us. If we go over that bridge, you can see what he can do. And if you can see over here, that wall seems a little suspicious, so I'm gonna stab it. And it just happens to be a bonfire. Now, I don't need to rest at the bonfire, but I think I will anyways. So at least resets our location a bit. I don't really use that bonfire very often at all. Mostly because I don't need to, but it's nice to have, I suppose. So let's go over here. Oh, he jumped off. Oh, it seems like he didn't actually rotate it. That's interesting. Maybe it's because I accidentally pulled the switch earlier and that screwed things up. Generally, though, he will rotate the bridge while you're crossing it, and you have to go down on one of the other areas that you saw. Then rotate back, go back over there and rotate it again. If you fall and die, he'll actually give you a humanity, basically apologizing for being such an asshole, but... Okay, over here, there is a couple little areas. Let's go ahead and attack some of these guys. This is kind of an optional area. Don't need to go down here, but it can be quite useful to do so. And there are a lot of enemies, and I think they're all reviving, so I am gonna just run this way and see if I can find that Necromancer. And let's see. There he is. Dead. Okay, and he dropped a skull lantern. Now, they won't always do that, but the skull lantern basically allows you to see in dark areas. It works like a regular lantern, if you basically couldn't tell. And here is where some enemies were shooting at us a little bit earlier. But we're gonna go back down this way because we did not explore it all. Oh, and looks like it's a bunch of enemies, and they brought their friends as well. I just got kicked. Okay. Healed. Okay, now everything's dead here. Ooh! The big one dropped a Murakumo. It is a very large, curved sword. I'm not sure if I could wield it on this character. I might be able to two-hand it, though. You need a lot of strength, or a decent amount of strength, and a decent amount of dex in order to use it. So, Dark Moon Seance Ring, that's also very nice. And I think that is about all of the items here. Just about, anyways. Let's go ahead and go up this way. That guy's shooting at us. It's not nice of them. Yep, they're over that way. Go over here and this will basically allow you to jump back down. So let's kill him. Unsure if there's anything up here. I cannot quite remember. I know the Catacombs pretty well, but there are sometimes just little bits of items and stuff kind of goes through my memory. Okay, so that was easy enough. Let's go ahead and heal up. Healed up to full. Got plenty of humanity. Plenty of healing potions, or Estus flasks in this case. And everything seems good. So let's go ahead and get out of this little pit and continue on. Okay, and that down there is a developer message telling you that this is the way out. Unsure why they felt the need to point this out. Maybe players were getting stuck in a loop here or something. So, right here, we got a miracle, a Tranquil Walk of Peace. That is a very, very, very controversial, I guess you could say, spell, because many people consider it very cheap. It basically, when you use it, it slows everybody around you in a certain radius. Makes it so you can't dodge either. Or roll, I should say. So it's a bit of a pain to come up against. Same thing with a lot of spells, like some of the more, some of the DLC spells are very, very, very powerful, and they often can 1 to 2 shot people. So many people thought they were pretty cheap. However, if you can dodge them, if you're pretty good at dodging, they pretty much do nothing. And you could just roll right past them. Or if you've got a very, very good shield, you can just block it outright. Okay, going across here, now we're going to take the legit way, instead of going down that little detour. Okie dokie. Now over here, you can jump across this gap to go down there, or you can go around. Going around is a little bit more safer, I would say, in terms of reliability. Oh, looks like we need to kill their Necromancer. Let's go ahead and do that. Just gotta find him really quick first. Oh, looks like they're following me. Okay, over there, I'm not sure if you can see because of the video. It gets pretty dark on YouTube. There is another one of those Titanite Demons. And they hurt quite a lot. Let's go see if we can attack this one really quick. I'm not sure even how much damage we're doing to it. Not very much. Okay, well, let's go ahead and not kill it for now. It only drops Demon Titanite, and the thing behind it drops a eye. And those eyes are used for a covenant that you can use down here, actually. Oh, looks like a skeleton is punching us in the butt. Alright. Let's let him get up and then we'll kill him. Come on. Okay, let's go. Alrighty. Step on those and of course you'll fall. Don't want to do that. At least not right now anyways. Want to kill that Necromancer. Alrighty, let's heal again. Using a lot of healing. Or Estus flasks anyways. Okay. Let's block. They'll arrow us. He'll attempt to do stuff, and everybody's dead. Okay. Makes things a little bit easier. And that leads to outside, where we will fight some of the most hated enemies in this game. So we are going to go back upstairs just really quick. And we will go to one of the alternative paths. I'm going to pop a humanity because I don't want to waste any more Estus. And for now, let's take this gold pine resin off. Okay, see here? Black Knight. Reason why I'm fighting him up here is because he could jump down this ledge over here and I wouldn't be able to really see him until he did. So, not hard at all. Dropped a Black Knight shield. That's actually a very, very good shield. I'm unsure if I have that. See, it has 62 stability without upgrading it, but it requires 16 strength. We have 14. If we wanted to, we could use it. However, I think I'm going to stick with this one. Okay. Now down here, there are a lot of very, very nasty enemies. They're called wheel skeletons. And that noise they make, that is them grinding against the ground, as you can see. If you get hit with that, like a character like mine without any poise, or barely any poise, you will be almost stun-locked to death. It is not fun. And they'll pretty much keep doing that for almost ever, in some cases. But a nice plunge attack like that can take care of them quite nicely. And if you listen, you can hear a blacksmith. That is the blacksmith. Oh, looks like he got caught on something there. Yeah, the blacksmith is down that way. Unfortunately, we cannot get to him as of right now. We would need to go down that hole like I suggested earlier. A couple of these items we cannot get because we need to go from up above in order to grab them. So we can run past those guys. They can do a lot of damage, but a plunge attack will generally take them all out if you land up on one of those ledges. If not, you just need, if you're going to fight them one-on-one without doing any sort of ledge plunging and stuff like that, just dodge their attacks, take them out, and try not to aggro them all at once. Okay, we're gonna take a swig. And we're gonna fight a boss here. Oh, whoops, I skipped a cutscene. Sorry. This is Pinwheel. Let's go ahead and look at him really quick. I'm just so used to... Oh, I actually got hurt quite badly there. As you can tell, he is quite the pushover. And he seems to have a lot of clones. However, at this stage in the game, he basically cannot hurt us at all. He just shoots stuff at you and he will bring up clones, which can also hurt you. However, the clones go down in 1 or 2 hits, and you can pretty much tell which one is being hurt and which one's the real one by just looking at the health bar. So he was easily enough dispatched. Granted, he hurt quite a lot. Also, he'll drop one of the 3 masks that he holds, and that is the mask of the mother in this case. They each do something special. This one is one of the 3 masks of Pinwheel, the Necromancer who stole the power of the Gravelord and reigns over the Catacombs. This mask, belonging to the kindly mother, slightly raises HP. So it'll slightly raise your maximum HP. Then there are 2 others, one which will raise your stamina regeneration, if I remember correctly, and one that will raise your equip load. And the equip load one is the Mask of the Father, also one of the masks that they use in the infamous Giant Dad build. Okay. So let's see here, we are going to go ahead and bring out the lantern really quick, because this is where things start getting dark. I can do this area by myself in the dark, however, because I want you guys to actually see stuff, I'm going to use the lantern. Because YouTube just makes this much, much darker than it actually is. Okay. We are now in the Tomb of the Giants. These guys aren't too hard to beat, just make sure if you can, I'm gonna try not to use my, I'm gonna try to use my lantern as much as possible, but in some cases I might not be able to, like this. Okay. He's dead. These guys aren't too terribly hard. And sliding down this coffin. And there's another one. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and... he jumped off. Such a shame. Okay, got a large soul. You can hear people shooting at you. And that's more skeletons. Okay, running this way, we can just ignore this guy pretty much. And run down here. There's a lot of items here to explore and grab if you want. Oh, is this a guy from earlier? Yeah, that's the guy from earlier. Seems we got our buddy back. And before anything, it seems this trickster's back down here. Yeah, but before anything, we're gonna go down here. A sneaky placement for a bonfire. Sneaky, sneaky placement. And we are gonna take a rest. However, I think this episode has gone on just long enough as it is, so I think I am going to end it here, and then we will continue our journey throughout the Tomb of the Giants and finally meet Gravelord Nito. So, thank you all for joining me. My name is Tebril, and I hope to see you in the next episode of my Dark Souls Dex Build playthrough. Goodbye everybody, and take care.